What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be diving into the top counters for Talonflame as Ultra League is dropping today, and Talonflame with the new Community Day move of Incinerate is incredibly strong. You guys saw its impact on Great League and how much fun it was to use and how great it was in Great League. In Ultra League it's going to be a bit better, but today I'm going to give you guys the top counters. I'm going to break down how you guys can research this for yourself, and there'll be links down below so you guys can skip ahead if you want to. So I'll teach you guys how you can find counters. That way you guys can choose the Pokemon that you guys have readily available to bring to battle for Ultra League. Then I'm going to show you guys the counters that I have ready for the Ultra League, and then there'll be a bunch of teams throughout the week that I'll be building in videos utilizing these Pokemon. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this video, what you guys think about Talonflame. Are you going to be bringing Talonflame to the Ultra League? Are you going to be hard countering it? Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we are on pvpoke.com where you guys can do battle simulations, check rankings, and team build as well. As we can see, we are in the open Ultra League right now, and Talonflame XL, meaning you have to use XL candy to power this thing up to level 50, is going to be incredibly strong. It has great matchups on the meta. Now, there are going to be quite a few Pokemon that can beat this thing, so do not worry. If you do not have an XL Talonflame, we are going to be talking about its counters. Now, it's ranked number 3 in Open Ultra League, and let's take a look at what it is ranked in the Premier Cup right here. I believe it's 9 or 10. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down. It is going to be actually 12 now. So still incredibly strong. And the reason being is Incinerate is such a great fast move once you learn how to use it in terms of damage on this meta that we do see. Paired with Brave Bird and Flame Charge, it is incredibly strong. And as you guys can see, it can beat a Swampert, which is actually kind of ridiculous that it can do that. But we are going to break down how you guys can find these counters. Alright, so in order to find the counters, all you guys need to do is scroll down here. It talks about the key losses and key wins here, but what you guys want to do is click on that button that says the versus the Ultra League Premier Cup, and what this will do is bring up a mass simulation of Talonflame in the one shield, and you can change the shielding situations up here. As you can see, we can drop down, we can change one shield or our opponent's one shield or two shields, etc. But this is just going to be the one shield. Both opponents decide to use one shield in battle, and we are going to see that Talonflame has a 74% win rate, which is really good. Now, these Pokemon that are under 500, you're going to see like Shadow Aerodactyl or Gigalith or Tyranitar or Crustle XL, all of which are going to be fantastic counters. That is because of the raw damage there from Smackdown, right? Talonflame being a fire flying Pokemon is going to take double super effective damage. So as you guys can see, a Crustle XL right here can just destroy the Talonflame. So when you guys are looking for counters, the best way you want to go about it is kind of scroll through here. Closer to 0 means the harder it beats it. Closer to 500 means the closer the battle is. So if we take a look right here, like a Dugong XL, this is going to be an incredibly close battle, which means Dugong's going to survive with barely any health in this matchup. It's all going to depend on shielding situations and whatnot. So a very close battle right there. On top of that, above 500 is going to be wins. So if we look at something like Swampert right here, poor Swampert is going to be losing to this Talonflame XL right here, which is actually kind of ridiculous considering that it has Hydro Cannon. But if Talonflame can land a Brave Bird, it does massive damage right there. And as we can see, Talonflame wins the 1 and the 2 shield. That's what that breakdown means on the grid. So this is how you look for those counters. So if you want to say, you know, maybe you have an Aggron, right? You want to try that. We can type that in. Type in Aggron. Aggron and Aggron Shadow, as we can see, rating of 264, which means Aggron can destroy Talonflame, which is great to see. That Smackdown fast move damage is going to be incredibly strong. And as you can see right there, it just destroys Talonflame in all shielding situations in a fresh fight, which is awesome to see. But that's how you go about researching and finding the counters for Talonflame. Now, when it comes to my own counters that I already have ready from building up these Pokemon during previous seasons, I went ahead and went through and tagged them all. So we're going to take a look at the Talonflame counters list I have right here, and we're talking about some key matchups that you guys may not know how strong it actually is. So it goes, you know, very simply here that Gyarados, Kingdra, and Lapras are all pretty strong. That Lapras fight is kind of close. Remember, Lapras is an ice water type, so it has to watch out for the Brave Birds, for the Flame Charges. All that's doing neutral, but with Surf and Ice Shard, it can do a lot of damage as well. Now, one of the very interesting matchups is going to be Machamp and Shadow Machamp. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, okay, Machamp is a fighting type. Talonflame is going to be resisting counter. Man, Machamp doesn't care, right? Rock Slide will one-shot, and you don't even have to throw Rock Slides in order to take out a Talonflame. So as you can see right here, this is the one-shield situation. A Rock Slide right there is going to do basically 91% of its health, which is near a one-shot. And as you can see, Machamp wins in the 0, the 1, and the 2. This is not a Shadow Machamp as well. Now, when it comes to Shadow Machamp here, what's very interesting about it is in the 2-shield situation, if they go for a Brave Bird, you actually don't need to throw a Rock Slide. You can just throw a Cross Chop. Shadow Machamp destroys Talonflame as well in the 0, the 1, and the 2. The 2 is definitely very close, but the 0 and the 1 is all due to a Rock Slide landing, and that's what's so deadly here. Even though the typing is countered, right, flying to fighting, having Rock Slide to basically near one-shot and get to it pretty quick as well is going to be very, very strong in this meta. So we also have electric Pokemon like Ampharos and Electivire, which is really awesome to see. Ampharos, I think, is one of the new ones that's going to be a lot of fun right here. So we have Volt Switch. You guys can run with the Focus Blast or Dragon Pulse. This was a shiny Community Day one, so I decided to have Dragon Pulse on it, but Thunder Punch as well is the moveset you're going to want to have there. Gengar as well is a very good counter here to Talonflame. Ideally with Shadow Ball, but I personally like running mine with Sludge Bomb, and you want to have that Community Day move of Shadow Punch as well. As we can see here in the fight, we have Gengar here versus Talonflame XL, and Gengar can win in that 2-shield situation by just going straight Shadow Punches right there. And in the 1-shield, if you happen to land a Shadow Ball, it's going to do a lot of damage as well. So let's take a look at Sludge Bomb. So Sludge Bomb as well, you can win in that 1-shield situation here, and the 2. You lose in the 0 though, so you're going to have to be shielding, but you should be shielding on Gengar as well because it's such a glassy Pokemon. So if you decide to run, even with Focus Blast, right, you could just go straight Shadow Punches as well. That's what's important. In the 2-shield, you can win that by going straight Shadow Punch, and Sludge Bomb works out as well. Now we also have Empoleon here, which I think is a great investment, probably one of the best investments that I had for the Ultra League Premier Cup yet to date. This thing was an incredible investment. You guys want to have Hydro Cannon, which is a Community Day move, Waterfall, and Drill Peck. It is a great Pokemon and can work really, really well on a lot of different teams, and that Drill Peck comes in so clutch in situations against Pokemon like Kingdra, against Pokemon like Machamp or Venusaur. And we also have something super spicy with Kingler here. Kingler with the Mud Shot, which is Legacy, and Crabhammer can take down Talonflame very, very easily. That Crabhammer is going to do an incredible amount of damage, but this is a spicy pick, just be warned right there. We also have Pokemon like Dragonite that comes at no surprise. You have to watch out for the Brave Bird, obviously. It's going to do a lot of neutral damage, but you will be resisting the fire moves of Incinerate and Flame Charge there from Talonflame, and you can take it down. You want to have Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Hurricane. We also have Aggron, which we saw earlier, absolutely destroys. Magnezone as well. It's going to be a very interesting fight. You can't win the deeper you go into shields, and that's due to the super effective damage coming from Incinerate and the boost from Flame Charge. But if you go in the 0 and the 1, which we'll check out right now. So here we have Talonflame versus Magnezone right here. The moveset you want to have is Spark, Wild Charge, and Mirror Shot. So if you go into the 0 and the 1, that's due to that Wild Charge landing. It's going to do incredible amount of damage. Let's see exactly how much it does. 91% right there, which is just a lot. So if you go add up the sparks as well, that'll definitely take out a Talonflame. So you do lose the 2, however, and that's solely due to the damage coming from Incinerate and the boosts from Flame Charge, which we can see right here. So yeah, easily able to take it down right there. But again, Magnezone can be a soft counter, and you can definitely get shields away from a Talonflame early and maybe look to come in and farm down with a different Pokemon. And finally, Finally, here we have Giratina Altered. Definitely a very common meta Pokemon in the Open Ultra League. It's going to be very close when it comes to the fights. It also depends on the moves, whether that's Dragon Breath or Shadow Claw. But the bulk here from Giratina Altered and the spam with like Dragon Claw and Shadow Sneak is definitely going to start adding up against Talonflame. So we're going to take a look at the Giratina Altered variant. This is going to have you lose the 0 and the 1. Again, this is all fresh fights, but you can win the 2, and that's just from spamming all of those charge moves for a long time. You have a lot of bulk, but basically you'll get taken out with a Brave Bird if it lands. It's going to do quite a bit of damage, and it's going to keep doing more and more with every flame charge that they do. So maybe one approach could be not shielding that first charge move on your Giratina Altered, because a Brave Bird will not one-shot you, but if they go for the flame charge to try to boost it, you will be resisting that, as it's only going to do 15% of your health. Now, if we look at the Giratina Altered here with Dragon Breath, this is where things get a little interesting. Because of the raw damage just coming from Dragon Breath, Giratina Altered can win the 0 and the 2. The only way a Talonflame can win there is by landing a shield bait with Flame Charge and then landing the Brave Bird without a shield, right? So those are all the counters that I have for Talonflame. Again, I'm going to be bringing these Pokemon into the Ultra League and Ultra League Premier Cup for the next week or two, because they're going to be very, very strong, firstly in the meta, and secondly they do great against Talonflame as well. Now, if you're looking at this list that I have and you're wondering, okay, what is going to be the top investments that you would suggest, I would probably go firstly Kingdra. Kingdra is such an amazing Pokemon, everyone. There's no community day moves that you need. Kingdra is just absolutely incredible. You want to have Dragon Breath, Octazooka, and Outrage. This thing's an absolute monster, and again, one of my best investments. Another one would be the Empoleon. Like I said earlier, the thing was fantastic for multiple seasons and is going to continue to be strong. After that, maybe something like Gengar and Machamp could be good, and then from there you want to pick like maybe Ampharos as an electric, or maybe Dragonite to invest in that. But definitely my top 2 from here are going to be Kingdra and Empoleon. So let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about these Talonflame counters. Were you guys worried about Talonflame? And if you guys are bringing Talonflame, did this help prepare you for what you guys may see in the meta to be able to defend your Talonflame against, right? Again, Talonflame being that fire flying typing has to watch out for a lot of moves, that being maybe water or rock, so rock slides, right? Maybe from a Tangrowth, you got to watch out for that, or a Machamp, etc. And then what counters are you guys going to be bringing? Again, this week we're going to be diving into battles with my team, so you guys can check out what teams I build this week. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I just want to bring something short and informative for you guys to help prepare you for the Ultra League. And again, Swampert is going to struggle against Talonflame, but Machamp can do really well. It's a weird league this time around. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.